Today marks the third slime in our Lost Generation series. Meet Osterhase, a two-tone slime featuring a blend of Floam and Slushee texture. This creation is part of Morgan's Frog and Toad Together restock. It boasts a creamy base with Floam beads tinted in a subtle, delicate rose color. It comes with an egg charm, cute bunny females, lovely bunny beads, colorful heart sprinkles, and various sizes of glitter. You can snag this slime for $15.50, which is quite a steal for an 8.5-ounce size. I absolutely love the add-ins it came with. They perfectly capture the Easter aesthetic. The choice of colors and diverse add-in elements blend beautifully. Not to mention how adorable the foam beads looked floating on top of the slime, making it look like tiny eggs. This is my first time experiencing a hybrid crunch texture, combining elements I've enjoyed from Slimey Pallet's Floam and Slushee. If you haven't seen my Slimey Pallet's review series, definitely check it out. I'll include the video in the info card above, and you can also find the link in the description below. Highly recommend if you enjoy crisp ASMR sounds. Unlike other Lost Generation slimes I've had, this one arrived a bit underactivated and was taken to the container. It took some effort to remove the residue from the container. This was my first time encountering this issue, and I suspect it might have something to do with the ingredients used, as I haven't experienced this level of stickiness with any of my other slimes, even when they were deactivated. I had to use a substantial amount of activator to massage and release the rest of the slime. Since I had to use more activator than usual to get the slime out of the container, it became a bit overactivated. You'll see how resistant it is to stretching. I had to pull it very slowly to avoid ripping and prevent bead fallout. It was seriously sticky, making it difficult to play with initially. It struggled to produce crisp ASMR sounds consistently, resulting in muffled sounds and difficulty producing clear pops. It was a bit disappointing, especially since I was so excited about this slime, remembering how Slimey Pallet's Floam and Slushee consistently delivered incredible sounds. This part where you see me playing with the base is after I've activated the slime. The initial play is at the end of the video, which I'll point out once we get to that section. However, don't fret, cause overactivating turned out to be a blessing for ASMR enthusiasts like myself. I was finally able to achieve crisp bubble pops and satisfying crackles. Throughout the session, I found myself frequently applying activator to manage the tackiness, as it quickly became super sticky once it started to inflate. On the bright side, it does inflate quite rapidly, which is definitely a plus if you enjoy that aspect of slime play. And another great point is that there are hardly any bead fallouts with this slime. Even when overactivated, I only had one bead fallout at a time, and it only happened twice. Which is quite impressive actually. It's scented with Rice Krispie treats and gummy bears. Quick disclaimer, I've never actually smelled the Rice Krispie treats before and I never had one, so I can't compare the smell directly. The scent reminded me of almond paste, similar to marzipan, followed by notes of candy and sweet flavors. I'm not usually a fan of candy scents or almond paste, so I wasn't too keen on it at first. However, it gradually started to grow on me. The first two slimes I played with were really top tier, but unfortunately, this one didn't make it to my favorites list. But remember, this is just my opinion, and your experience might differ, so take my thoughts with a grain of salt. Morgan is one of my top-notch slime artists. I highly recommend checking her out on Instagram and giving her a follow if you haven't already. Also, go check her Etsy shop, which I'll link in the description below. By the way, If you haven't checked out my previous last generation reviews yet, oh my gosh, you absolutely must. I am obsessed with those slimes, and I think you will be too. This is my initial play with the slime, straight out of the box, before activating. It's super satisfying to stretch because it spreads very evenly, and it looks incredibly fluffy. We are soon approaching the end of our last generation series. The next slime review will be the last one, for now. I'll definitely be adding more of Morgan slimes to my collection and will include them in future reviews of our last generation series. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay subscribed. One last note, the last slime is truly special and very dear to my heart. Somewhat personal, and you'll find out why in the next session. I'm thinking about a different type of review format for it. I'm considering a storytime session with this slime, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Let me know what you think. Thank you deeply for joining today's slime session. If you've enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and as part of our slime session emoji tradition, if you've made it this far, drop a rabbit emoji in the comments. So that's it for today everyone, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next session. Bye bye!